Yeah, Keith, there's very few places that has this type of atmosphere, that's for sure.
Let's start the clock and run it for 1 minute and 32 seconds to show you how efficient this Southern California offense has been. Regie Bush, his first 2 touches, 2 TDs against Arkansas.
Keith, he's absolutely the closest thing to unstoppable that there is. Whether it's on the ground or through the air, all the Duck defenders must keep their eyes on number 5 today. They cannot afford to play him man-to-man. They can't even double-team him. They've got to play a long, deep, loose zone, keep him in front of him, because if they don't, he'll burn them. But,
you know,
the field. If you keep him on the bench, I heard that he can't score from there. That's what I've heard. So it's going to be up to the Oregon offense to control the ball, take time off the clock. Well, that leads us to quarterback Kellen Clemens, operating the new spread offense for Oregon. He has plenty of mobility to throw on the runs and plenty of talent to throw it to. This style of offense is a perfect fit for Clemens. He's smart, he's tough, and his greatest asset is finding the open man, as he did with Terrence Whitehead last week. And you know, Keith, with graduation and injuries depleting this Trojan defense, this is the perfect scenario for the ultimate upset by the Ducks.
Well, the guy driving that other bus ain't bad either.
No, Mat Leinhart, absolutely. Many have tried and all have failed to stop him. This awe-inspiring offense, his vision and knowledge of his opponent's schemes is the reason the Trojans are where they are today.
So now in that minute and 32 seconds, the Southern California Trojans in their last game scored 28 points. They are explosive. But the Oregon Ducks say, so what? We'll play them. Ball has a lot of air on it, carries to the goal line, and here come the Ducks out with Terrell Jackson carrying the ball, and he gets it out beyond the 20. Quarterback Kellen Clemens runs this Oregon offense. He's starting his final season. He has 129 pass attempts without an interception so far. He's a 61% completion of quarterback. That's the best ever at Oregon. And the new offense here this year, the spread with some option in it, gives him more tools to work with and frees him up to be do just about anything he wants to do. That's how much trust they have put in him, and he has proven his worth. From the 22-yard line, then, here come the Oregon Ducks in this ball game against number 1 USC. A little shovel pass inside. They smelled it out. Terrence Whitehead cutting back inside. Terrence Whitehead has become one of the best running backs in the Pac-10. The core of receivers are very good. Offensive line, the biggest in Oregon history, averaging a little over 321 pounds per man. Only the center in Okalookas is under 300 by 4 pounds. They stay with a run, find some daylight on the right side, and get the ball out near the 29-yard line, carried by Terrence Whitehead. So they're running the ball early. The Trojan defense up front, Jackson and Rucker are the most experienced at tackle. Ellis and Ramsey replacing Cody and Patterson, who graduated. The linebackers, Dallas Sart's a regular starter out with a shoulder separation. Strong safety Darnell Bing is back from injury. And Kellen Clemens throwing, drilled it hard, and it is off the hands of the intended receiver, Demetrius Williams. He had 2 Trojans. Number 98, Aaron Knowles, is coming out for his first punt as an Oregon Duck.
And the Ducks will use the spread punt formation, or the shield formation. In that shield, about 900 pounds right in the middle there. The biggest, Haloti Ngata, number 96.
And guess who's waiting for it?
Number 5, perhaps?
Regie Bush. It's a low kick. He comes up, has a look, can't get to it. Ball takes a soft bounce and rolls dead right at the 42-yard line. It hit a Trojan. The Ducks are claiming, and the Ducks have covered the ball. One of the men in the striped shirt said. And it's USC ball. The Southern California offense. Mat Leinhart, last year's Heisman Trophy winner. Arms stronger, body bigger, and no pain this year. He drives this offense. I mean, he controls it. 2 games, no spots on his britches. Given health, he probably is going into history as one of the very best ever at this position. They're replaying on the scoreboard, and that's what the crowd is reacting to. And the officials have said, let's let it quiet down, boys, and get this thing started in an orderly manner. The crowd not happy with the call.
Watch Buchanan here. Number 31, ball bounces off of his leg, but the Trojans and the Ducks down there scraping for that ball. Absolutely impossible to tell who recovered the ball from that angle. But it clearly did hit Buchanan. Rosario, 44, is in there digging, as is Chris McFoy, number 82 of the Trojans. It appeared that Rosario was the first one there to the ball, number 44.
Here it is.
After video review, there is conclusive video evidence that the ball was touched by the receiving team and recovered by the kicking team. First down at the 40-yard line for Oregon.
A turnover. This is a great start now for Oregon. This is part of the game plan, if you will. They have to get the breaks. They did not play perfectly in that first series of plays, but they did get the game's first break.
They go to the spread. They're double on this side. Clemens, quarterback draw, finds a hole over the left side. He's a big, strong guy. He doesn't mind getting pounded, and he takes a shot there from Oscar Lua, who's the middle linebacker for USC.
Now, when I talked to Gary Crowton, their new offensive coordinator, he said that the reason he likes this offense for Kellen is he makes good decisions. No interceptions so far this year, and he's a tough runner, as you saw on the inside run that time.
Whitehead back there with him. Clemens looking around, throws down the middle. It's wide open for him, and James Fendley makes the catch.
We'll go with the no huddle to keep SC from substituting here and to set the Oregon type of tempo they want.
Fast, fast, fast. Clemens again for throw behind the man this time. In front of him that averages better than 321 pounds. The biggest offensive front in Oregon history. Second down and 10. Running. It's Whitehead. And Whitehead will go down to about the 20. They've got to go to the 16. Now they really spread him out from sideline to sideline. It's third down and 4. Ball is batted away.
Great stunt here by Ellis. Nobody picked him up, got the left hand on the ball, and snuffed out that pass by Clemens. Good play by Cedric.
And you're looking at a field goal try. Paul Martinez is 12 out of 14 this year, leading the country coming into this ball game. It's long enough. It's good. Everything is green and gold. Ducks will kick it off, and Regie Bush is back there along with Matt Adamson to receive the ball. They keep it down on the ground. They want to keep it away from him as much as possible, but he's got it. He's got a crack to the sideline, stripped up, however, as he comes up around the 35-36. Numbers for Mat Leinhart are impressive. Everything about the guy is impressive, including his new beard that is growing. If it gets longer, he can start wearing a black hat.
Easy now. I think he looks marvelous, Donnie.
And the Trojans emptied the backfield and spread them out. A little bit of spread stuff themselves. And the left-hander pops it to Wayne Jarrett over the middle. Lineups for the Trojans, backs and receivers. You need 5 minutes to define this group. They're all beyond exceptional, and they are led by Regie Bush. The offensive front, a solid, experienced group from Baker to Justice. They provide the reason why Leinhart has a small cleaning bill. Lindale White, the big guy, is in there early in the ball game today. Runs it right up the pipe, finds a huge hole, goes inside the 25-yard line.
There's Hancock. Watch him lead on the linebackers, but this is a huge hole, Keith. As you said, Tuatele gets taken out by Hancock, and then the speed and power of Lindale White, and the Trojans are inside the 25-yard line in 2 plays.
This is the way they have run the first 2 games of the season, but they haven't faced this kind of a team in this kind of a setting. Leinhart back. Matt looking around, has time to shot, hit just as he throws. Defense, the defensive front, Devin Long is back. He's their best pass rusher coming off injury. And Cole Linehan starts at tackle today with Duena going to defensive end. Linebacking core, Adgerman starts at linebacker today. The secondary, we've talked to you about Gibson being at 5'9", the probable target for some of these jump ball guys that Southern California sends down under the pass. Bush and White are both on the field right now, and you got a penalty flag.
8,000 fans credit for this one.
Start number 79.
And that will just feed this crowd even that much more. The one thing they will not ask Leinhart to do early in this game, according to Lane Kiffin, is to audible too much. It's impossible to be heard. As you can see, Sam Baker jumped early.
Regie Bush is the single back now in this alignment. On second down, drops it off inside. Bush fumbled the ball, if he ever in fact had control of it. And the linesman over here is saying no, that's going to be an incomplete forward pass. Big old Fred Matua was there to help him out a little bit.
Well, I'm not so sure this isn't a fumble, Keith. He had it, tucked it into his stomach there. We might have a review. That's possession there. He took a step. Now the ball is out.
No call yet on review. Remember, it's done. The coach can't ask for it in the Pac-10. They've got to go. The man upstairs makes it. So it's 3rd down and 15. Leinhart with a lot of time this time. It goes to Bush. Bush is in open and gets to the sidelines and drops a shoulder and pounds inside the 10-yard line. Pushed out by Rodney Woods.
Number 5 is Bush. He's the outlet receiver. And watch as he comes over the middle. He realizes he's wide open. You don't see any green around him except the field. Big conversion for the Trojans.
Bush trying to cut back. Lost his footing and goes down at the 12-yard line. Kwame Ajuman was there to help him go down. Patrick Turner has checked in. He's a big guy, 6'5". A 220-pound freshman, true freshman out of Nashville, but he can jump and run and catch. Ball is thrown, intercepted, coming out of the end zone with a lot of green grass in front of him. It's Aaron Gibson, and Gibson goes out of bounds up at the 38-yard line.
Or it would have been an SC touchdown. Jarrett is open by 3 yards on this slant. Ball thrown slightly behind him, right into the hands of Gibson. Another big play for Oregon. Again, we talked about some of the youngsters that haven't played in this atmosphere. Very noisy. At times, it will affect concentration. I think it did just then.
Kellen Clemens changing the play and says, whoops, let's take a timeout. Let's not mess things up here and give away the real estate we've already acquired. Kellen Clemens running the show for the Ducks this year out of the spread. The Gary Crowton, new offensive coordinator, brought this as Clemens carrying the ball.
Crowton says that using the quarterback in the run game makes the defense account for him, but they don't want to get a lot of hits on Clemens. They want him to get to the outside, get as much as he can, get out of bounds or get down. But Clemens has a head-first attitude. He's willing to take on tacklers.
Ball is handed away to Terrence Whitehead.
It has always been the most difficult factor, is the X factor of the running quarterback. You know, the play starts and then it breaks down and then they start over again. And Kellen is really quick to get out. He takes off. I'm sure they've said whenever you want to go, you can go. You can just tell by his nature and the way he skips out of there. So that in itself is enough of a problem that he can control the game in that manner.
Pass goes right through the hands of Tim Day, the tight end, but he was grabbed by one of the Trojans, and that brings penalty flags up.
For that grab, number 55, weak side linebacker right here. Day's going to come in from the right side of the screen, and Day gets pulled right there. The arms pinned into the body.
First down at the spot of the foul.
Another uncharacteristic mistake by the two-time defending national champ.
Here, they're down by 3, and they sure don't want to get Oregon in the end zone here too soon. Because Ducks are a gritty cup. They played 2 tough football games against Houston. Fresno State here was a very good football game, and Fresno State's a pretty good-looking football team. So, having been in a helmet-to-helmet battle, may have seasoned the Ducks a little bit. The Trojans have not been pressured at all so far this season. Clemens looks right, throws complete, fight for the first down marker, and he's going to have it. That's Tim Day, the big tight end. Got air under it. Touchdown. Demetrius Williams. "36 yards. He beat John Walker.
That's one of the only times in this first quarter that the Trojans have elected to come after Clemens with the blitz. They didn't get to him. He saw the man-to-man coverage, went to his number 1 receiver. Touchdown, Oregon.
Martinez for the point. Good.
Demetrius Williams with his 5th touchdown reception of the year gives him the high sign, and his quarterback gives him a strike.
And And this is going to be low and kicked away from Regie Bush, but it's taken down in the short range by Desmond Reed, who's a tailback and who can crack them too. And Desmond Reed comes across the 40, having a little trouble getting the wheels to take traction on the turf at Autzen Stadium. Ball is handed away to Regie Bush.
Well, the Trojans have run 8 plays today. We talked about the 8 plays they ran last week against Arkansas, and I guess you could say, oh, what a difference a week makes. The 2 turnovers, absolutely critical. Oregon has capitalized on both, putting up their 10 points.
There was also a penalty that stopped the Trojans in part, though they had the ball on the hands of the receiver in the end zone when the interception occurred and they were turned away. Leinhart looked deep, wanted to go there. Ball is thrown to the sidelines to David Kirkman coming out of the backfield. Bush is the single back. Ball is thrown inside to Steve Smith. He takes the catch and gets a first down for the Trojans.
Leinhart dealing to Smith and to Jarrett and to Patrick Turner and of course to Regie Bush. We all remember what Carson Palmer did here 3 years ago against this Oregon defense.
Lindale White is now on the field, and he is in the tailback position, the big guy from Colorado. His first carry today was a hammer right down the middle, a good one. And Leinhart timed the shot, now gets some heat, gets his pass away, and it is thrown to the sideline, caught by Chris McFoy.
Had to get this ball over number 31, Justin Finney's head. Finney in a zone here, releases McFoy, but now here's that throw. Right over the fingertips of Finney before the safety can get over and knock him out of bounds. Great throw.
Little quick throw to the outside intended for Dwayne Jarrett. The ball didn't get to it.
Great quickness on the blitz. 3-step drop, actually just 2. That's a late hit. That should be a flag on Tuatelli.
Now they go to an eye set. Leinhart now moves his man a bit. Regie Bush back there, but Bush comes out. Ball is thrown into the end zone, and the pass is incomplete, overthrown.
And Chung was up close to the line of scrimmage right here. Leinhart sees him. He calls an audible for the blitz. Watch Chung fall out of his coverage here and go and double team the wide receiver. Fine play by Patrick Chung, a redshirt freshman.
Leinhart goes to Bush. Bush cuts it back, and there's a penalty flag thrown from the linesman. Bernard Samuels.
Offense number 2. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Field judge Jeff Bell.
Number 2 is Steve Smith. There he is pulling on Justin Finney's jersey right out of the hole. That's where Bush cuts. Fine job by the officials not letting that one go.
That's Marcamento's math. I'm not that quick. 2-step drop, hard shot caught by Smith, but it's only to the 30. Pickup of 6 yards. The Oregon 30. They trail 10-0. Pressure coming. Leinhart. Good protection. Ball is thrown out beyond the sideline, and somebody missed the signal. The receiver, Jarrett, turned in, and Leinhart's pass went out.
About the 12th man. Well, that's what's happening to the Trojans right now. They are clearly and simply rattled by this crowd and by how well the Duck defense is playing. You just don't see plays like that from Mat Leinhart. You don't see holding. You don't see offsides. You don't see drop passes that are intercepted. But we're seeing them today.
Confidence building on every play. There's that shovel pass again. It goes to Whitehead. And Whitehead is up to the 35 and knocked out of bounds.
Attest to the fact that USC did work on handling the noise, but it is not as loud as was on practice on Wednesday as it is here in Autzen Stadium. What you don't see in any of the players' ears, earplugs. Not one. They think, look, if we make plays, we'll shut the crowd up. But to this point, it's feeding on itself. The crowd is getting louder and louder and causing more effect on this game, guys.
And the Ducks are getting more confident. That ball is thrown to Dante Rosario, and they're going to give him the catch.
And you notice how the crowd quiets down so that the Ducks can call their audibles, get everybody set. Clemens going with a no-huddle once again.
Keep the pace going. Pitch it out. There's that option action that goes with this offense.
Dead ball, illegal snap on the offensive center. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Clemens with a scramble will go across midfield. Mike Haloti has a lot of opinions about how to handle this battle that they're in today.
SC is a very good football team. You got to slow them down. You got to, I always say, try to confuse or throw Leinhart off his game. I think that's very difficult. You got to contain Regie Bush before he gets started. We have to be productive on offense. We have to keep the football and score points, and our special teams have to win that battle.
That's a full ducket, I'd say.
I'd say so. He's got a couple of other reasons that he didn't use.
Trojans across the line of scrimmage on defense. He might have a free play here. He throws it over the head of the intended receiver, and that gets a penalty flag on the pass interference. So there might be a double flag against the Trojans, and you know which one they're going to take.
The first question is, what's the first penalty for? Was that against Oregon or against SC?
2 fouls on the play. Offside, defense number 59. Ball, personal foul, number 29 defense. Both fouls will be enforced. First down.
Well, the offsides, now the personal foul here. Throwing the elbow. Boy, I've seen a whole lot worse than that in this football sport. But Colvin didn't like it until he saw the flag. I'm not sure it's a dead ball foul, though, on the personal foul, because the whistle never blew. Clemens continued with the play, thinking he had a free play, went for the bomb.
The Ducks are setting first down on the USC 29, and Clemens shopping. Throws short in between defenders, and the pass is caught by Demetrius Williams.
This is what this spread offense gives Clemens. Tall, lanky receivers who aren't afraid to catch the ball over the middle. And Clemens will take this against the Trojan zone all day long. And when they come up in man-to-man, as John Walker did the last time the Ducks had the ball, Clemens is going to go after.
Second down and 1 might be a time to go deep. Nope, go to the sidelines and threw it too high. Third down and a long one. They'll try the run here with Whitehead, and the Trojans eat him up.
13 out of 15 already on this year for Paul Martinez.
Martinez, a junior out of Danville, California. You know who lives in Danville? Jeff Tedford, the California coach. A lot of kids getting out of Danville. Yep. Oh, and that ball had to be hit. It was tipped by somebody on a dive coming over the
top. Over the top. Watch Martinez. He has had trouble with extra points, not with field goals so much, but that would never have made it.
They're going to try a little fast pace here with Lindale White carrying the ball, but one of the Ducks gets him by the leg and drags him down at the 23. Leinhart rolls out, buys time and space, and completes the pass upfield to Dwayne Jarrett.
He's so smooth. You know, he's 6'5", 225, but throws very well on the run. This is a perfect strike to Jarrett away from finishing.
Patrick Turner and Steve Smith with the wide people for the Trojans. Oregon wants to make them go, and in changing the play, the right side of the line moved. Dominique Byrd, the tight end. It's Bush, and he's near the 40.
They're very close to you on the sidelines, so there's a lot of talking. It's just it's a hostile environment, but it's fun. It's what college football is all about, and I think that's what I've been trying to tell the guys. It's like, you know, a lot of these players have never been here, obviously. I'm like, it's fun, you know, that's what it's all about. People talking to you, the crowd really loud, you know, you can't hear the cadence, just little things like that. That's what it's all about. So that's what I remember, and I anticipate it to be really loud.
Regie Bush tries the left side on second down and 7, and he runs into J.D. Nelson. It is third down and 5 for USC. The ball is on their own 40-yard line. Oregon leading as we start the second quarter of play, 10-0. They've got 4 wideouts. Mat Leinhart quickly throws to the sidelines. A little stop and go. Steve Smith and Dwayne Jarrett. It was Jarrett. And
watch Finney just beat him to the corner. Little push there. That's close to pass interference, but again, the ball was not catchable, Keith.
Malone, who has not been doing kicking, he's had a bad hit, but he hit that one all right. He takes Finney to the 14, and the penalty flag goes down. Arizona State's up at Oregon State tonight. And the Ducks now will start this possession from the 9-yard line, and there's another penalty flag.
Dead ball, false start. Number 61 offense. half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
On the punt, this ball is going to hit the foot of William Buchanan, recovered by Dante Rosario after a review. And then this ball goes through the hands of Dwayne Jarrett. Aaron Gibson with the pick, his fourth of the year, rather. And as he uncharacteristically in a man-to-man coverage. Remember, John Walker is taking the place of Terrell Thomas, who got hurt last week, and the Oregon Ducks capitalized.
Oregon is backed up now all the way to its 4-yard line. Let's see if they're willing to throw it out of the end zone. Now Kellen Clemens finds some daylight, runs, juked one man and took it all the way out to the 15, maybe the 16, before Keith Rivers finally slowed him down, but he juked.
Clemens, nervous timing when you're ever in the end zone throwing the ball. There's the juke on Rivers, and Cedric Ellis gets to him, but Clemens got down before Ellis could do any punishment.
So the ball is at the 15, where it is 2nd down and 4. And that time he sawed off at the pass.
Like Clemens was not ready for that snap. In fact, it hit him right in the breadbasket. So Oregon showing a little bit of nerves here as we start the second quarter.
And 8.
Ducks are 0 for 3 converting third downs.
Gets it off. They're going to convert this one. It's complete to James Finley. Finley's out of bounds.
This is why it's so important to have a senior quarterback who's tough. Kellen Clemens is both senior and tough. Watch the shot he takes as he waits for Finley to clear, gives him the ball, and then gets drilled by Jackson. Finley came close to getting on down the sideline, going all the way.
Oregon coming from their 4-yard line in this possession. The ball is thrown sharply underneath and eventually comes tumbling out, and it'll go as an incomplete pass. Darnell Bean came up to cover Demetrius Williams on the play. The famous Autzen crowd has definitely played a role in this ball game so far at 13:21 to go in the first half.
And you know, the Duck offense is helping out the Duck defense by taking time off the clock.
Well, it's that old thing we talked about. Keep Leinhart, Bush, and company off the field. Ball is thrown a little bit high and goes through the hands of Rosario. He was being contested by Bing.
And watch the Trojans hit the quarterback one more time. A double hit there by Lawan Ramsey. You get him with the first shot, then you carry him down to the ground and lay that 290 pounds right back on top of him.
3rd and 10. He went shopping, couldn't find anybody deep. He wanted to go deep. Now they're asking for some contact on Bing's part there, but they don't get it. It was Finley for whom the pass was intended.
Keith, that's 3 big plays in this series. The last 3 plays have been made by number 20, Darnell Bing. Crowd thought he got there early, but Bing is so important to this Trojan second. Down for coverage and prevent Bush from a long return.
Good kick. Bush has got to back up and look right up into the sun. He does it all right, handles it, goes back to the 19, finds a crack, gets away. Penalty flag is thrown back there as Bush is taken down at about the 28-yard line.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 4 receiving team.
All right, USC will back up. Trojans will take possession at their own 8-yard line for this series. And so far, Dan, looks to me like Nick Aliota's long seminars through the past week have worked and paid dividends.
Well, remember, Bellotti says they want to try to confuse Leinhart. And right now, I think they're succeeding.
Looking for daylight. Ducks farm Bush. Which quarterback holds the Division I record for career winning percentage by a starter and a minimum of 25 starts. This one comes soaring out of left field for you. Let's call it 2nd down 11. And Lindale White, the big thumper, is on the field as the running back. Leinhart is throwing out of his end zone. Throws underneath, goes to his tight end, Dominique Berg. Leinhart has time. Ball bounces right out of the arms of Regie Bush. Actually looked like his knee.
He usually gets the ball in front of the receiver. This is a couple of times now. It's just been a little bit off, and that's enough for it to be a difficult catch for the receiver.
4th down, Malone from the 1-yard line. A low line drive punt that's going to be fielded, then dropped and picked up, and it's finally Justin Fennessy being tackled.
Ducks have had some big wins here at Autzen Stadium. beating Michigan, a game that Keith and I did, and that was quite an afternoon. But the Ducks got turnovers in that game as they are getting turnovers in this game. Always the key to an upset.
Ducks have never beaten a #1 team, though.
Nope.
They sure would like to today. They got an opportunity here to increase their lead from the 42-yard line. That ball is dropped. It's on the ground. Nobody around it. It's finally picked up by Cameron Colvin, who was trying to run a reverse.
Yeah, Frosty Rucker, number 90, from the left side of the screen, is going to see this reverse coming, but the pitch was too high, right in the face of Colvin. But heck of a job by Colvin to pick that up before 4 Trojans could pick it up. Big loss for Oregon.
Sloppy play.
Not the way you want to start a drive with outstanding field position.
Clemens looking around. Throws to the sidelines. Ball is caught by Garen Strong. And Strong, a sophomore from Cupertino, California, who found his way north. His boys are 48 Texans on the Oklahoma team. I think there's probably 48 or 49 Californians on the Oregon team. The whole roster. Clemens deep to the sidelines, on the money to Demetrius Williams.
Yeah, he's the Ducks' leading receiver, number 6 from the slot, working against a zone coverage, and Clemens is on fire right now. This is 2 good throws, but you see no pressure at all on number 11 by the Trojan D-line.
Ball is at the 22-yard line. Clemens looking around, gets some heat, drops it off underneath. Ball goes to Terrence Whitehead, and Whitehead will take it to the 16-yard line. That's a pickup of 6. Second down and 4 here in Eugene, Oregon. This is Whitehead again. Penalty flag goes down. Whitehead is loose. He's going to get to the end zone, but there's a penalty flag laying back up at the 18-yard line.
Personal foul, number 77. Offense, 15-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Maybe a punch here by Masoon. Yeah, boy, I tell you what, that's a real iffy call. He's just pushing the guy by. He didn't connect with a punch. In fact, it was more of a forearm than anything.
Team won a game so far this season. Oh, so much judgment on him. You almost have to do some anticipating. Clemens looking and throwing to the sidelines for Colvin. Going for the bundle. Demetrius Williams.
Walker, who got beat earlier in the game by Williams. That's just perfect timing by both SC defenders.
Plenty of leg. Good. Good carry. Goal line. And here's that eye blink. Now that's pretty good coverage for the Ducks, because he had some room, and usually when you give him that much room, you're looking at his hip pocket.
Remember, they wanted to try to confuse Mat Leinhart. How about a 340-pound Haloti Ngata dropping back into pass coverage as the Ducks come with a 3-man rush, bring in the extra linebacker, but there's Ngata trying to get in the mix.
From the 30. Leinhart's pass is caught and carried out of bounds by Dominique Byrd. So
first 2 games of the season against Hawaii and Arkansas. 13 TDs on 16 drives, 0 for 4 today against the Ducks, with a couple of turnovers by the Trojans.
Quick one outside, 1-on-1. Well, Ducks handled that all right, because that 1 became 4, and now there's a penalty flag.
Foul, number 30 of the defense.
Yes.
15-yard penalty, first down.
Hodgman got there a little.
Just can't afford to give up this many yards after the ball is and the play is over.
There he is, coming late.
Yeah, good call. Dropped his shoulder.
They need some points. So there is an urgency with the Trojans right here. Here's Leinhart going deep down the sideline. Steve Smith got tangled up just a little bit and lost his balance on the sidelines.
He's going to try and beat Finney with the outright here, and then gets down the sidelines. But there was pressure on Leinhart.
Bush. Good play on the outside by Finney. Penalty flag comes out of the back judge's pocket.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 71 offense, 15-yard penalty, third down.
And this was nowhere near where Regie Bush was tackled.
Bush in motion. That makes him a wideout. Leinhart looks for him, goes underneath it. The pass is complete to Kirkman out of the backfield, the fullback. And he is very close to, in fact, has the first down.
Leinhart with all day to throw, found Kirkman. And then the effort after the catch by Kirkman is just remarkable. Bush is out in front blocking there, number 5. And then pulling a couple of ducks forward to pick up this first down. You can see there are a couple of ducks over there looking at Bush. Great effort by Kirkman.
White is in the single back position now for USC. Lindale White. Leinhart wanted to go deep, comes this way with it. The ball is thrown low, and it is taken off the grass. But, the linesman over here gave him the catch.
Eligible receiver downfield, number 86 offense. 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
The Aflac trivia question was, which quarterback holds the Division 1A record for career winning percentage by a starter? And the answer is from Toledo, Chuck Ely, 1969 to 71, 35-0.
Matt Leinhart now number 2. Trojans go undefeated, and Leinhart wins another Heisman Trophy, Keith. You have to consider him as the greatest college football player of all time, wouldn't you?
Well, you can make a case for it. There's no doubt about that. The football rests at the Oregon 39-yard line. It is a first down and 15, and win streaks on the line.
That is an impressive graphic, to say the least. And the Trojans, they get a touchdown here before the end of the first half. They're going to be feeling good about their chances to extend those streaks.
They have 9 penalties so far in the ball game. Give it to Regie Bush. And Bush is inside the 30. 9 penalties before that snap and 78 yards. That'll get you behind all right.
Yeah, they only committed 13 in their first 2 games, but this is not a bad idea on offense. On the draw play, get the ball to number 5. He picks up ground so quickly. I'd keep him in the game. I would push him when he got to the sidelines. I'd push him back onto the field. So you can't come over here. Get back in the huddle.
He belongs to a stronger union, apparently. This is Lindale White. They want to give him some playing time because he's got the might and the muscle, and he's going to have a first down on that carry.
Yeah, sometimes I come out of my bootlegs early just to turn my head and see where he's going. But yeah, I'm very blessed to play with a great talent, and obviously number 5, Regie Bush, is probably the best player I've ever played with, which is safe to say. You know, I played with Carson, Troy Polamalu, a lot of great players, but I've never seen someone do the things that he can do on a football field.
Leinhart goes right, sets up, a lot of time, goes to the corner with it, and it is incomplete.
Gibson goes 5'9", but he's a veteran. He's been toasted before. He's been grilled. And he makes the play. That ball was thrown a little bit too far to the outside.
He's got it. And Finney's got him.
3 out of 6 on third down conversions for SC.
Crowd is roaring. Bush in motion. Oregon's offside. Free play for Leinhart. He's going to have a touchdown. Complete to Regie Bush. That touchdown's going to stand.
It's almost as if the entire defense froze.
Touchdown.
In motion, and I guess this is why Mat Leinhart likes to watch number 5. As a wide receiver, good sharp route there, breaks a tackle, and then the effort and the familiar dive into the end zone by Regie Bush.
Oh, that snap was low and almost bobbled, but a good hold and good work by Tom Malone, the punter.
They led the Trojans 19-14 at halftime. And that's when Heisman Trophy winner Carson Palmer went crazy. 448 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. SC scored 30 straight points in that ball game, and one going away, 44-33.
Low 50s, or maybe the high 40s by the time we're through, because when the sun goes down in this part of the country, this time of the year, it cools off quickly. Here's the kickoff now to the corner, and it goes. It's Terrell Jackson. Now Kellen Clemens, recently wed. So let's see now if the Ducks can retaliate after SC finally gets one on the scoreboard. They run it with Whitehead. Boy, he didn't get much. Clemens back. Keep coming. They take him down. Middle of the line, came right through Cedric Ellis. The Southern California defense 1 year ago looked like this. Now these are the people who've gone away. The entire linebacking core is out today. Sark's he's out with a separated shoulder. He's senior. And look at the secondary. Wyatt and Bing are back. So that's what happened to the defense between last year and this year. And that's a lot of good folks that have gone. Kellen Clemens lets it go high in the air, down the field, and it's a good defensive play by USC's John Walker.
Defensive line is really setting the tone now. They sacked Clemens on the previous play, and then on this 3rd and 15, there's another shot to number 11.
The punt by Knowles. Low liner, Bush back, has it. Looking for a little help, just a little help. And he gets tripped up back at the 45. If he'd gotten to the corner, who knows?
Take a look at the comparison of these two fine senior quarterbacks. You know, Mat Leinhart has never had a game where he's completed less than 50% of his passes. He's right at that number now.
Well, that was a strong defensive series there for USC.
Quick 3 and out.
Yep. From the 45 now, Leinhart stands up, throws across the field, and throws it into the ground. Bush. Leinhart's pass, short, complete. Smith makes a play of it.
Offside, defense number 92. Penalties decline. Yardage results in a first down.
And 2:48, and it looks like it might be a long 2:48 for the Ducks right now.
Real good voice inflection by Leinhart. Did not bob his head, but he got both defensive ends to jump off sides.
White is the deep back.
Man,
Tell you.
man, oh man.
He's made out of something other than I am, I'll tell you. That's the first down.
Watch Sam Baker, number 79, get out in front for Regie Bush. Well, that's a nice block, but now let's just watch Regie Bush. Bouncing off tacklers, now finally getting headed down the field for a nice 10, 11-yard gain.
He's 6 feet high and 200 pounds, and he spent plenty of time in the weight room. He's a tough dude. Coming around this way on a reverse, Bush taking the handoff from Leinhart is brought down by Mat Leinhart. And it's second down, call it 8. Look at Lindale White skate along there and take it down to about the 16-yard line before Patrick Chung can tackle him.
White, watch the block here by 37, Kurtman. He pins the linebacker to the inside. Nice, nifty move. And there's that strength of Lindale White. This is an incredible 1-2 punch, and I do mean punch.
Yeah, I would say Lindale White is a thumper, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
With speed. They've got him at the 15. That'll be a yard on that play. And 54 seconds remaining. Timeout is called. It's a 6-point ball game, Oregon.
Interception. Lost the ball on downs, a couple of punts. They've got it going now with a touchdown on their last possession. and now in very good shape to take the lead going into halftime.
Regie Bush back there by himself. He's coming out as a receiver. Leinhart gets pressure and loses his footing and goes down.
Right in the middle there, big Haloti Ngata with the pressure there. I think he scared him right there, that left hand, and then Leinhart loses his footing and goes down. But give Haloti a sack. That is his third of the year, and a big one for him.
So it is 3rd and 13 now for Southern California. They're trying for the lead at halftime. Pass is incomplete.
As it should have been picked off. Kind of sailed on him at the end as it got to Jarrett, or this would have been intercepted by Oregon. Right into double coverage here. Haberly, the middle linebacker, almost had it.
It's 36 yards. And Danilo is good. They would not be happy to see Oregon coming the other way.
They have such great coverage teams that they've been able to pin Oregon when they have kicked it off for Oregon inside their 20-yard line. Terrell Jackson's not been able to get anything going on a kickoff return.
Danilo's kick is away to the sidelines. It's fielded by Justin Tennessee. And he gets back to about the 24-yard line of the half. Has 3 seconds left. First half is over.
If you've managed to get 10 points, get yourself back in the game, what do you need to fix going in the second half?
Well, the first half, we could have done more things to make it hard on ourselves, you know. So I think if we can just get ourselves playing back to even, we got a chance to play in this game. But we've just made so many mistakes. We've had on penalties and things that we've just been behind it the whole time. Now that we even it up, we'll hopefully get back in the game just by doing what we came here to do.
Good deal.
Today for Oregon would be the biggest thing to hit this state since Lewis and Clark. There's a lot of, well, no, I think since all the way back to Lewis and Clark 200 years ago, because this is the #1 team, and they've never beaten a #1 team here. So, you know, the big thing for SC now, they will get the ball to start this second half. They've got momentum. Let's see if they can carry it out of the locker room.
Evenson will kick it off to Regie Bush, who's standing back inside his 5-yard line. Waiting for it, takes it out to 4. And he's tackled at the 24, and you can breathe now. So they come out now. Leinhart has Kirkman and Bush behind him. First down at their own 24-yard line. And now this field is completely covered in shadow as the sun is headed down.
Thank you. I talked to Mike Haloti just a few moments ago. He said that his offense maybe fell asleep a little bit in the end of the first half. He wants them to get more aggressive. He did have praise for his defense, which stopped SC from getting into the end zone at the end of the half. He thought that helped his team's momentum. He said, look, we can't play like we're just trying to hang on here. We have to get our guys motivated to believe we can win this game, guys.
Well, I know a couple of coaches who would be dumbfounded if you told them Southern California scored only 10 points in the first half. Here's Bush getting to the outside. And he's going to be pinned against the sidelines and taken down.
No penalties on the play as they come off the left side of their offensive line. Nice double team there by Baker and Dominique Bird. This is what I like about Bush. This is like Walter Payton used to do. Not go out of bounds, turn back into the defense, and deliver the blow to the tackler. Great
pretty good move right there.
Yeah, boy, he's got it all.
With the flag across the way.
There is no foul on the play.
Good balance for the Trojans as far as their offense is concerned. Oregon nothing on the ground. And Pete Carroll said that just too many penalties and mistakes. The mistakes, Oregon has scored 10 of their 13 points off of the 2 USC turnovers.
Down with Lindell White, the deep back. He had a pretty good first half himself. Mat Leinhart looking to go deep. Goes to the sideline. The pass is caught by the tight end, Dominique Bird.
There is a flag down, but it's going to go against Oregon, holding. You know, that run by Bush, that 38-yarder, did more than give the Trojans field position. It sat the crowd back down. The crowd has disappeared.
Smith and Jarrett underneath Bush. Yeah, somebody grabbed him by the foot. Leinhart looks right, goes down the middle with it, and it's touchdown, Dwayne Jarrett.
Ton of time to throw for Leinhart. That offensive line keeping Oregon away from him. He zips this one. Watch the coverage here as Patrick Chung can't go over the top of Dwayne Jarrett. Jarrett bobbles it just a little bit, but holds it between his knees for the touchdown. What a catch.
Danilo. Well, he hooked it a bit, but he got it in. And it's now a 4-point lead for USC. Lays a lot of leg on it. Into the slight breeze. 2-yard line for Tennessee. And Justin comes up across the 20 to about the 22.
Well, Oregon led 13-0 at one point off this field goal by Paul Martinez from 37 yards out. Then after an interception, Clemens finds Demetrius Williams for that touchdown, and then a 48-yarder by Martinez put the Ducks up 13-0, but SC has come roaring back.
Let's see. USC defense closed that first half with a great deal of authority. A little bit of option there, and you saw the penetration, and the play was stiff, not kicking by Keith Rivers.
Right here, number 55, as the option comes down the line by Clemens. He has to pitch because Rucker's right there, and even Oscar Lua would have been there if Rivers didn't make that tackle.
And the loss is 3 yards. Second down and 13. Heat coming. Pass completed. They bugger up the blocking and stop the play short of the 25-yard line. Third down, 8. They're well enough to come. And they come, and they got him. No roots on this push. Kick is away. It's a beauty. Edgy drifts back inside the 30, all the way to the 23. Retreats to the 22. Looking around. Out to the 40. He stays out there. Lines up behind Leinhart as a single back. Double wide at the top. Gets the ball. That's a pretty good tackle there by Justin Tennessee, who's played a good game for the Ducks.
This is so difficult to stop Regie Bush. Watch the linebackers right here. They've got a pretty good shot. This is Tuatele coming up. Got him right in the hole. And then he's going to have to go pick up his jockstrap because Bush shaked him right out of it.
Second down and 7.
Like that, did you?
I was thinking about my grandmother, what she might say.
Now the big thing, they're going to get a hard count from Leinhart because he's drawn them off sides a couple of times on third down today.
Down the middle. Pass complete, Jarrett.
Making sure that Haloti Ngata doesn't get anywhere near Mat Leinhart. Double team right in the middle there. Actually, it's a triple team, it turns out. What a great job. I mean, that's a wall that Leinhart's operating behind.
And we have a flock of geese passing under the roof of the stadium. There they go.
Trying to beat the traffic.
Leinhart looking deep. Down the sidelines. Drop by Brandon Hancock.
Delay of game, Keith.
Prior to the snap, dead ball, delay of game, offense, number 11.
Hancock was
penalty,
wide open.
still first down.
That's Bush bouncing to the outside. Bouncing to the outside, and you think, well, we'll get him to the sidelines. Well, you do after about 12 yards.
Yeah, he just makes people miss. Watch Toena, number 45. He's got him right here, doesn't he? Nope. How about Gibson? He's got him right. Nope.
Lost
and
it.
he loses a shoe.
There's your first down at the 20 with David Kirkman. Hancock is back in there. Leinhart's pass to the corner, out of bounds at the 4-yard line. It's Jarrett again, so Dwayne now is having a big day. He's roaming around. He's a big guy. He's 6'5", 210 pounds. 6 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Look at that pocket that Leinhart has to step up to. Finding the single coverage there. The big body is enough to shield the little body away from the ball, isn't it?
Yep.
At over 200 yards receiving.
First and goal. They put it at the 2. Lindale White. Bang. Not yet.
That's a touchdown.
There it is. Touchdown by Lindale White. Mario Danello, sophomore out of San Pedro, California, will go for the extra point to make it an 11-point lead. And he does. Oh, he hammered that. It's coming out from a yard deep in the end zone. Whoa, that was Sherrod Davis. Well, the Oregon Ducks now had better pull themselves together and manifest some kind of offense, because the Trojan defense is about to take the game completely away from them. Low snap, hand it off, nothing doing. Whitehead is just punished.
Keith, Mike Bellotti went to his defensive line a second ago and said, we need more out of you. In fact, the defensive line coach Michael Gray said there is no difference between what's happening now in the except what happened in the first half, except SC has turned up the dial. What are you going to do? He pointed at each defensive lineman's heart and said, where is it for you guys?
Oh my goodness. Kellen Winslow almost threw that ball right to Darnell Bing.
Now this Oregon offense is totally out of whack. They haven't been able to get Clemens to the outside where he can throw on the run. That ball, he makes good decisions. Hasn't thrown an interception all year. Should have thrown one there.
There's a good one. And that's good for a first down at the 39-yard line to Garen Strong. That's the second good catch Strong has made since he showed up in the ball game.
Quarterback's rattled too.
Whoa.
Colin Ashton drops his helmet right into number 11 of Clemens. But he hung in there, threw it off his back foot, and delivered a strike. That's leadership by example right there for Clemens.
That's Dixon has shown up in the ball game. Dennis Dixon now, and he's a runner. And a lot of people think out of this spread formation that Gary Crowton has put in here at the University of Oregon, Dixon could be a real threat. But Clemens really took a wallop, but he's been pumped up now and is coming back.
put some air back in him, huh?
Yep.
They feel comfortable though with Dixon running this offense. As you said, he's got the skills.
Oh my goodness. Ball sailed away, just got away. Demetrius Williams was wide open. The defender had fallen down, and who knows what Demetrius might have done with it, but Kellen couldn't get it to him.
Ducks can't run the ball. They've run it 19 times, only gained 24 yards. And when you're forced to throw from the shotgun every down, it's going to be tough, especially when you're not converting on third down. Here's Rucker on the pass rush against Jeff Schwartz. Just too much speed.
Gets it out of there. Bush is going to let it go. Now he takes it. Splits the first two. Oh, yeah. Back to the 35, 36-yard line. Is Cheesehead catching on in Oregon?
That cheese doesn't smell too good right now. Just in the last 15 minutes, SC dominant, playing like defending champions. Just taking total control of this ball game. They haven't made the mistakes they made in that first half.
And it's first down from the 36-yard line. Mat Leinhart going down the sidelines, and Jarrett got out of bounds. I don't know if he'd have been eligible to come back anyway. But Leinhart looking around. Nothing there, nothing here. I'll go there. And that's not going to work because that ball came out.
And Oregon hasn't been able to stop Bush or White. And yet they come out and throw the ball and give some life to this Oregon defense and this crowd.
Patrick Turner has checked in now, and I want to see him because he's on the far side now, way up at the top. He's that freshman out of Nashville. Big guy, but he can really turn on the jets. Leinhart takes off. Look at him. Put a move on the linebacker and picks up a big gain.
Talk about falling awkwardly. Look at A.J. Tuatele as here's Reggie Bush. Oh, that's not Reggie Bush. That's Leinhart. He made the linebacker fall on his wall.
Wisconsin did beat Michigan. The ball is loose on the snap.
Leinhart is actually taking a ballroom dancing class with his girlfriend. He only has 2 units left to finish his degree. Those 2 units are dancing. He's so serious about it. He actually watches one of our shows, Dancing with the Stars. Mat Leinhart says, look, I'm not that good, but I'm serious and I like it. And that certainly disproves of everyone that says he can't run, can't move, huh?
Yes, he's been awesome on 3rd down. 7 of 11 so far today.
They're looking at 3rd and 5 right here. Go to Bush.
How about Reggie Bush? You want to see some moves? You won't see this from anybody else in the country. He's already over 100 yards rushing today. He's got 3 catches. He runs out of his shoes. He scored a touchdown. He has embarrassed just about everybody wearing a green uniform.
That's Lindell White. Down to near the 30. Younger brother up at Oregon State. Another brother of Cole. And the 2 boys went to a memorial and their dad passed away. They went up there yesterday, I guess it was, and came back and determined to play. Cole playing here in Eugene, and tonight his brother will be playing up in Corvallis. But Josh Linehan trimmed a lot of young fellas to go out and have a look at the world. This is good blocking on the left side of the line. A good effort by Lindell White. He wants 6 and he's down to the 6-yard line.
Watch him step out of this tackle. As now the Ducks are just totally demoralized. Finney can't bring him down. And it's lucky for Oregon that they had to cut back or he would have made it into the end zone for another SC touchdown.
Leinhart to the end zone, the back of it too high. 2nd down and goal. Bush is back. Well, he's not going to get there. He was searching for a crack and there wasn't one. And J.D. Nelson, he's laid some leather out there today himself. For the corner to Jarrett. Touchdown.
I don't think he came down in bounds.
I don't know that he did either.
Yeah, he got the right foot in before the left foot hit out. Great call by the officials. Watch the right foot. Yep, that's touchdown. Wow, what a play by Jarrett.
The kick is good by Danilo. Jackson and Davis are waiting for the kickoff. Ivan Blockham. It's a good one. Hanging up, hanging up, hanging up. 1-yard line. Davis. Well, we thought Oregon would give them a hard time up here for a while, and that's pretty much what happened. Clemens back, going deep. His people were not there. You're ever looking around for a legendary quarter. Southern California had 206 yards in the period. Oregon 11. Dennis Dixon is now the quarterback for the Oregon Ducks. Throws very quickly. The pass complete to James Finley. And Finley, who's looking for a chance to make a little noise, picks up a 1st down. Oscar Lua puts the hit on him, but Finley bounces right up. And he's ready to go again. They're going no huddle. Trying to get something going. They stick it in the end zone a couple of times real quickly. We might have a pretty good scuffle toward the finish. As Dixon pulling it down, this is what makes him so difficult to handle. He's quick and he can run, and he's up to the 45, and he's got a 1st down before Scott Ware takes him out of bounds.
And the one thing that Clemens was having trouble with is making quick decisions. Watch how quickly Dixon takes off. And then this is just beautiful watching him in the open field. And getting out of bounds, protecting himself, stopping the clock, all the right things.
He's also 6'4", so he's good size. You can see over some of these big guys. The ball's away. Complete to Demetrius Williams. And that's across midfield to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 8 yards. It's a long day they put in. 2nd down and 3 coming up. Dixon's pass sharply to the sideline. Goes to Cameron Colvin, trying to get back into the field so he could find some room. But oh, John Smith's got those Spartans cranked, doesn't he? A little pitch to the outside. It goes to Terrell Jackson, and Jackson is inside the 40 to the 38.
Very disappointed. Kellen Clemens written all over his face. Couldn't get the job done. Now he's watching his backup moving his team.
2nd down and 5. There he goes. He's on the 1st down marker. Keith Rivers, another tackle for the Trojans. And suddenly this quick sophomore from San Leandro, California, has got the crowd's interest again. Hands that ball away to Jackson. Big hole open in the defensive front by the Oregon offensive line, and the ball's down on the 20-yard line. 1st down.
Watch the middle of this defensive line for SC. It's just wide open as Rivers comes on a blitz and gets picked up nicely by Josh Shurji. Terrell Jackson, a redshirt freshman, adding life to this offense along with Dennis Dixon.
Dixon shopping around. I'm going to take off with it. Oh, look at that block. Woo. Finley threw a whopping block.
He picked on
Jackson, Lawrence Jackson. Both of them knocked out.
Well, Finley's got to pick on somebody his own size. 200-pounder for Finley. Jackson goes 265. What a hit.
Boom. There it is. Hello, is the dentist in?
Yeah, he'll get a lot of respect from his teammates. Might have hurt that left shoulder. But again, that's the type of play this team needs and the type of play they're getting on this drive. Question is it too late?
There's Lawrence Jackson who took that lick. He's blindsided, all right. Finley risked himself. We don't know what his price was. Dixon back, has a lot of time. Now he's going to run, and he ran into a sawmill right there. You'd have to haul him off in a bucket to keep him from drying, though.
There he is.
Clemens. Oh, 1st down. 1st and goal to Williams. And a penalty flag is thrown.
That's the way Clemens started the ball game, throwing strikes to Demetrius Williams.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 18 defense. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down, Oregon.
This is Clemens' best throw in a long time as he puts it on a line right to the outstretched hands of Williams. Williams relaxes, and there's the late shot by Walker out of bounds.
Go half the distance to the goal line. So it's 1st and goal, Oregon from the 3. Clemens. I wouldn't be surprised to see him. No, he's going to throw that little shovel pass.
You spread everything out. You have no threat of the run. And with SC's athletes, they respond very quickly.
I don't think you can outnumber anybody from the spread when you try to run the ball on a closed end of the field inside the 20. Clemens is going to go down.
Yeah, he's just too quick. Watch him jump to the inside here, and he's on the quarterback before Clemens can get out of his first fake and operate the option.
Oh, they're coming. Ball is thrown out of the end zone, incomplete. So Clemens is now looking. Here's what Dan's talking about.
Well, there's number 4, Ellison. He had company back there, too. Nobody to throw it to, just throw it out of the back of the end zone.
Finley's back in the ball game. And coming around, it's Cameron Colvin on a end around, goes in for the touchdown, and there's a penalty flag thrown at the goal line.
Illegal crackback block, number 21 offense. 15-yard penalty, replay 4th down.
Back up. But check out Jackson after the fake. He's going to be one of the lead blockers here. Boy, that is after the touchdown.
Well after.
Well after it. Once you cross the goal line, the play is over. That's a touchdown. There's the block. Colvin was 4 yards in the end zone when the block occurred.
Replay man, where are you?
They have got to change that if they can. That's a touchdown. Ball is dead when it crosses the goal line.
They cannot. That's not one of the replay plays. Certain things you can't do. And here's the ball thrown to the end zone. A great try by James Finley. But you know what? He couldn't get that left hand up. It looked to me like he tried to pull that thing down, knock it down with his right arm. It was the left arm or shoulder that was shaken up when he had that big collision with Jackson. And he got one hand on it, but couldn't get two. Well, he did get it up a little bit.
Go back to that controversial call on the Colvin touchdown. In the circle is Terrell Jackson. Colvin's in the end zone long before the block is thrown by Jackson. Once you score a touchdown, it's a dead ball. It's a touchdown. The penalty should have been assessed on the extra point. Now, it was a dumb play by Jackson to throw a block in that circumstance because Colvin was walking into the end zone, but nonetheless, a horrible call by the officials.
And USC owns the ball, first down at the 15-yard line. And the pass downfield by Mat Leinhart is caught by Steve Smith. He's been quiet today. Dennis Dixon, incidentally, has a sprained ankle, so I don't think we'll see him again tonight. Leinhart still on the field. And wants to go deep. Now goes to the sidelines, and the ball is caught. Dixon had Oregon jacked up there for a little while, but they got down close and couldn't run it at all, and they couldn't get it in the end zone. And here's a good defensive play on Regie Bush. The attendance today is a Stadium and State of Oregon record, 59,129.
And the beauty of this stadium is you can pack in 54,000 in seats, and you can stand around the rim of the stadium another 5,000.
Oh, you know, they're not leaving in droves at all. There's some of them filtering out, but both of them are here.
Not all that much to do here tonight. This is it.
Down the middle. Man is there. Smith to the 11-yard line.
Well, when you get time to throw, Leinhart's only been sacked one time this evening now. And you can see he can step right into the throw. Wide open, Steve Smith and a couple of ducks. A little late and getting a little shaken up on that one.
Gibson and Chung are out now, and here's the handoff to Bush. Trying to get outside. Now let's come back and try this side. Oh, look at that block. There was a hammer. And Bush goes into the end zone for a touchdown, and believe it or not, there are no flags in his wake.
Watch Matua, number 51, when Reggie comes back this way. Oh, that's clipping. He hit him right in the back of the helmet with his helmet. He got some explaining to do.
Sunset in Oregon.
Well, let's take a look at that play. Great play by Regie Bush. Gets the controversial clip there. But how about this block? Who's out in front but Mat Leinhart? And that was just enough to get Bush into the end zone.
How about it? 2 yards deep in the end zone. This is Davis. Sherrod Davis coming out. Still trying. And a penalty flag thrown out in front of him, and he breaks out of the pack. And it's a foot race. And he changed gears there, hoping that they'd run past him, but they didn't.
And check out the penalty, though.
Holding number 33 of the return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Oregon.
Never play in football if you have a mind to. They have retaped Dennis Dixon apparently, and he's on the field. I'm sure Mike Haloti figuring this one's gone once the season is ending. And he throws a bullet out to the 25, 26-yard line.
Yeah, he's yet to throw an incompletion. That's 4 in a row for Dixon.
And Finley caught it. He's another quick healer.
Yeah, he banged that shoulder pretty good when he ran into Jackson. I was talking about you a bit, Jackson. There's Reggie Rucker with another fine play.
Dixon stopped. Better hurry. Well, he got his pass away and avoided destruction over there as two big old Trojans were ready to plant him.
Yeah, Josh Pickard looking for an interception. Couldn't quite drag that toe.
Timeout called by the Trojans at 6:37 to play.
It's under review.
I think they're going to see if Pickard did in fact drag his toe, and that might be an interception.
That didn't look like it.
Nope. Here's the foot touch there, but it looks like he's bobbling this ball. Never really had control of it.
After video review, there is conclusive evidence that the ball was intercepted. The ball belongs to USC. First down at the 35-yard line.
But late 5-6 minutes to go in the first half, they started to assert themselves, and since then they've been running downhill. White rumbles along. Little pass thrown out in the flat to Brandon Hancock. He's a fullback. Yeah, it's been running high 90s. A couple of times the last week or so, it's been over 100 midday. White. And to the 1-yard line. People think Sam Baker's going to grow up to be one of the best left tackle spot. They really like him. Second down and 1. A half a yard for the first down, a yard and a half for the touchdown, and that's a touchdown for Lindale White. 4:01 to play in a ball game. And most decisively now, USC has put this one away. Big kick deep off the field of play.
Keith, thank you. You know, Mat Leinhart's become such a celebrity around Los Angeles that it's only a slight exaggeration to say that his appearances have been everywhere from county fairs to bar mitzvahs. In fact, we have video of his favorite event. That was an event with Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's called Soldier Appreciation Day in Orange County. You know, he got presented with a certificate of appreciation. He said this was such an honor to do that, and that's why it was his favorite. But he said, look, you know, with Arnold Schwarzenegger there in the motorcade, how can you ask for anything more? And guys, with Arnold Schwarzenegger's poll numbers going so far down, Mat Leinhart could get votes if he ran for governor, maybe even from some Republican Bruins.
Arnold's still doing okay.
Dixon hands it off. Well, they're not fooling anybody with that stuff right now. Dixon not quite as nimble after that sprained ankle as he was. It's going to be interesting to watch this fellow Keller at Arizona State, because he's obviously a very good passer. He gave LSU fits. Aaron Knowles, I think he's held up pretty well tonight under this pressure. Fair catch is called back at the 39-yard line by Desmond Reed. From the 40. That's pretty quick stuff with John David Booty in there at quarterback now. This is Reed. Reggie, 267 all-purpose yards. Wow. Demetrius Williams caught 5 passes, 83 yards, and a touchdown. Trojans mounting their charge late in the first half. And it's a charge that has continued on since
the road again, but they conquered the Ducks tonight, and they conquered this Autzen Stadium crowd.
The latter may have been the tougher, actually, because there's more of them. But this game is history. Your final score: Southern California #1, 45, and the Oregon Ducks 13. And it is a conference game. And so once again, the Trojans hang up a conference win in Eugene, Oregon, something that is not easy to do.
now getting restless. It isn't whether or not it's going to be a touchdown or USC takes over the ball. I mean, that is a question. It is a big play. But at the same time, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. I know it's the first year of the challenge from the coaches, but for a coach to challenge something that has already been looked at in the booth, that's got to be new. And how much time are we working on now?
Haloti will just calmly pace. He knows he's out of appeals here. And I'm sure there's a lot of leafing through rule books going on right now.
Leafing, I think frantic.
Yeah, that's true.
Frantic flipping would be more like it.
That's true. Well,
this is unreal.
Apparently we have a decision once again. Now, let's see.
After further review, we have a reversal of the previously announced ruling. The ball was tipped by a USC defender. Therefore, the receiver regained his eligibility to catch the pass. The result of the play is a touchdown.
That tells you everything you need to know. That expression on Pete Carroll's face. Great call by Mike Haloti, I'll tell you that, or whoever it is in the booth that said we need to question this.
Is Carroll going to challenge it? Because we've gone this long, we might as well go, we might as well make it an even half hour.
Have a reversal to the reversal of the reversal.
I mean, somebody could have flipped away and watched the sitcom while we were doing this.
Well, so be it. It is an Oregon touchdown. In the meantime, most of the Oregon players have graduated. Well, Brady Leaf taking a phone call and probably thanking somebody. Here's the Dodge scoring drive, 11 plays, 80 yards.
Oh, it's so long ago, I can't remember.
I don't remember either. 2 minutes and 48 seconds, but in fact, it took about 17 minutes. Woo!
Shit.